The Arctic is incredibly important in studying climate change because it's warming up faster than any other part of the world.
Greenland is an important piece of the climate change problem because 80% of the island is covered by an ice sheet. It's very vulnerable to warming, and therefore we're losing ice. We're losing ice on Greenland, but we're also losing sea ice. And the sea ice is a mirror that reflects solar radiation back to the atmosphere. And when we lose it, rather than being reflected up, it's absorbed by the ocean and contributes to warming. Since 1979 to present, we have seen losses of sea ice in the summer, which have increased at 13% per decade. So the Greenland ice sheet is one of the most important reservoirs of ice in the planet.
This is, of course, a huge ice sheet, but it's losing mass at an enormous rate. It was the biggest daily loss in history, was 12.5 billion tons of water melted off in that one day.
And on the last years, the rate of loss of ice and the delivery of fresh water to the ocean has been equivalent to be able to flood England with 2 meters of water every year coming from the Greenland ice sheet.
In August this year, the rain was observed to fall on the top of the Greenland ice sheet for the first time. That's 4,000 meters above sea level, and it's never rained there before. The big consequence of the melting of land ice is that sea level rises, and it's inexorable that it's rising. And all of that retreat produces meltwater, and the meltwater goes into the ocean and causes sea level rise. More than 600 million people live in areas that are below 10 meters above sea level.
We must absolutely take action everywhere to avoid that the unleashed climate change that we're starting to experience in the Arctic propagates and cascades and affects the entire planet. It is a situation where we need all hands on deck and all solutions on deck.